And then my mom left when I was 8, and my dad and I became a duet. And so I started bar singing when I was 8, and we would tour around Alaska. And he'd given up his dreams of becoming a professional musician so that he could raise me and my 2 brothers. And then I guess I picked up where he left off, and yeah.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere a rainbow way up high. There's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. I'll be a laughing daffodil, and I'll leave the silly cares that fill my mind behind me. Rainbow, bluebirds fly. Oh, if birds can fly over the rainbow high, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't It's a pleasure to be here with y'all tonight. And it is a pleasure to be here with Edward
Edwin McCain. So fun. Edwin was one of the first folks to take me on tour. I opened up for him. He had a tour bus, which was very fancy. I was way too cheap. I didn't have a hit, so I was in a rental car, and we would do 11-hour drives to try and keep up with the bus. So he saved my life by not making me drive all night after gigs. And he gave me a bunk on his bus. Very kind. Not everybody was like that in the music industry, so... soft spot in my heart for Mr. Edwin. If I could tell the world just one thing, it would still be that we're gonna be okay. Not to worry, 'cause worry is wasteful, and it's useless in times like these. My guitar's just a little out of tune. This is gonna be great. Don't worry. We're just gonna do everybody a favor, and I'm just gonna give it a little tune. What do you guys feel like hearing tonight?
Everything!
Free bird. I give you a bird for free. It's an old joke for an even older request. I like the guy that said, whatever you want. That is a happily married man. What one? This way? Damn, y'all just showing off the deep cuts. I like it.
Kilchers! Back to my Harley.
I know like 2 of those. Okay. I wrote this song when I was 18. I was living in San Diego, and I was working in a computer warehouse. And my boss took me aside to have a talk with me one day, and I realized he was propositioning me. And when I wouldn't sleep with them, he wouldn't give me my paycheck. So I couldn't pay rent, and I started living in my car, and then my car got stolen, which sucked. But I wasn't in it, which was way less sucky than it could have been. That's how I ended up homeless. Lasted about a year, and it really launched my career as a shoplifter. It was always food. It started with carrots, which apparently are the gateway vegetable. Because pretty soon it led to the hard stuff, like organic apples. I was a very healthy homeless kid. It was always food until one day it looked like it would escalate because there was a sundress in a storefront window and I really coveted it. It was clean and girly and just everything I felt like I wasn't. And so I went in there and I was figuring out how to steal it. I was in the dressing room, I had this dress and I had on baggy jeans, and so I put 2 and 2 together and started shoving it down my pants. And I saw my reflection in the mirror, and it was unavoidable what I was. I was a homeless kid that was shoplifting. And I knew that that would end me up in jail or dead if I didn't do something about it. And it was particularly disappointing because I moved out at 15, and I knew that statistically kids like me repeat the cycle. I knew that statistically you don't go from an abusive household to moving out on your own and thinking that the movie will end well. And I promised I wouldn't become a statistic. And I never drank, and I avoided the stripper pole. Pretty proud. But there I was, homeless and shoplifting, and still a hell of a statistic. And so I decided that I would try and replace stealing with writing. and every time I wanted to steal, I would make myself write. And I was a very prolific thief. And so I became a very prolific writer. And one of the first things I wrote was this song about my hands and how no matter what life serves you, no matter how poor you are, no matter how poor I was, there was no excuse. These were mine, and what I did with them was my choice, and I was trying to make different choices. Being homeless was like being reduced to, people were kinder to dogs. Like, when you're on a street corner, people would walk across the street so they didn't have to walk by you. It's really hard. You can see it. You see them doing it. And it really does make you feel so subhuman. And sometimes people just walk by me and they just smile. And they just look me straight in the eyes and smile so genuinely, and it meant so much to me. And that's why I wrote the lyric, "In the end, only kindness matters."
If I could tell the world just one thing, it would be that we're all okay. And not to worry, 'cause worry is wasteful, and it's useless in times like these. I won't be made useless, I won't be made idle with despair. Gather myself around my faith, for light does the darkness most fear. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own. We are never broken. Poverty stole your golden shoes, but it did not steal your laughter. Heartache came to visit me, but I knew it was not ever after. We will fight, but it's not out of spite. It's just 'cause someone must stand up for what's right. 'Cause where there's a man who has no voice, there I will shall go singing. My hands are small, I know, but they're not yours, they are my own. But they're not yours, they are my own. I am never broken, 'cause in the end, only kindness matters. In the end, only kindness matters. So I will get down on my knees and I will pray. I will get down on my knees. I will pray. I will get down on my knees and pray. My hands are small, I know, but they are not yours, they are my own. They are not yours, they are my own. And we are never broken, no. We are never broken. 'Cause what if we had God's eyes? What if we had God's hands? What if we had God's heart? We are God's eyes. We are God's hands. We are.
My family were from Switzerland. They were living in Germany in the 30s, and my grandfather had this theory that the population would fail because of a population index. This is before Hitler was quite a problem. And he talked a bunch of people, poets and philosophers and artists, into leaving Europe and starting a new life in a free country. And so a bunch of people agreed. They all gave themselves a couple years to learn skills like medicine and canning and log cabin making. And my father went ahead, my grandfather went ahead to stowed away on ships. It's an incredible story, but he ended up in Alaska, where they would give you free land if you promised not to die for a whole winter. So he homesteaded there and sent word back to everybody in Europe, but by this time, quite a few years had passed and Hitler had become a problem. And my grandmother was one of the only people that could get a visa, the only one, actually. And she was an aspiring opera singer and poetess. And she gave up those dreams so that she could have children in a free country. So she got off the boat in Alaska, and my grandfather handed her flowers, and they got married, and they walked 250 miles by foot over a mountain range for their honeymoon. And they found this piece of land, and they had 8 children. My grandmother taught all of the kids to sing and to write and paint. They were all very creative. I come from a very talented family. And my dad was the one that picked up where my grandmother left off. He made several albums, was a songwriter. I grew up singing with him and my mom when I was 5. We sang in hotels for tourists. And then my mom left when I was 8, and my dad and I became a duet. And so I started bar singing when I was 8, and we would tour around Alaska. And he'd given up his dreams of becoming a professional musician so that he could raise me and my 2 brothers. And then I guess I picked up where he left off, and yeah. My grandmother got to see me become successful, and she took me aside with, this makes me cry, she took me aside with tears in her eyes and said it was worth it to have given up her dreams to see them come true for me. Isn't that something? My dad got sober in his late 60s, and my son actually gets to know such an incredible human. I feel so lucky. And as you grow up, you really learn to appreciate the sacrifices your parents make, even though at the time it didn't register for you. So this is a thank you to my dad and to my grandmother.
She stepped off of the boat to see flowers in his hand. The man she would marry was as hard as the mountains. She had 8 children in a log cabin. Soon I'd be another star in this family's constellation, the land of the midnight sun, searching for sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations and their stories within me, like holy water and my father's daughter. My daddy raised me in a log cabin, and he sang to me the songs his mother sang for him, and honky-tonks and empty bars. It was just me and him and that old guitar. He passed on my legacy, wrapped up in melody that I carry on, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter,
else do you guys feel like? Did somebody say race car driver? Wow. I'm trying to think if I could think of it. I'm sensitive? I could do that. I think. I know Little Sister. I know I can do that one. I can do that one. When I was 16, I went away to a school called Interlochen. You know, it's funny, I grew up bar singing, but I lived in a cabin without electricity, so we didn't listen to music. My dad and I did these 5-hour sets of cover songs. So I sang with my dad harmony, and we did all these very famous songs, but I never heard the Rolling Stones do it, or I never heard Elvis sing Heartbreak Hotel, or just heard my dad. So when I went away to school, people were like fascinated by how dumb I was. And a girl, they would sit me and be like, have you ever heard this? And I'd be like, no. Like, have you ever heard this? I'm like, no. And so one day they put on this beautiful song, and it moved me so much. It was like, heard you knocking on my cellar door. Love you, baby, can I have some more? Damage done. And I wanted to write a song like that. I had just started playing guitar. I liked drugs. I didn't like drugs. I liked the theme, the topic of the drug addict. I liked the knock, knock, knocking on my cellar door. So I tried to write my own version. This is me ripping off Neil. Hey little sister, heard you into Mr. So-and-so. Knock, knock, knocking on his door. Last night said you needed it back. You know that ain't right, 'cause so many times you've come to me back when trying to stop you, said it hurt so bad, but please don't let you go back for more, yeah, yeah. Little sister's a zombie in a body with no soul at all. She's not a player, I want to day when nothing else matters, but it matters. We gotta stop feeding our souls, not our addictions or reflections of pain to avoid the same questions we must ask ourselves to get any answers. We gotta stop feeding our souls, have been lost to the millions with lots who feed on addictions and pills and what's hot. I wish I could save us from all that illusions, all the confusion, yeah, yeah, of a nation that starves for salvation. But clothing is the closest approximation to God, and He only knows that drugs are all we know of love, yeah. Every day we starve while we eat white bread and beer. Instead of a handshake or hug, we spill the pills and sweep them under the rug. very clear to me that I never wanted to drink or do drugs. And I made myself a promise when I was 9, believe it or not, that I wouldn't. It's definitely the best decision I made. Again, I just knew that the thing I could see is that everybody was in pain. And people were trying to figure out what to do with pain in different ways. And some people had sex addictions, and some people had PCP addictions, and some people were addicted to alcohol. And I sang in bars so much that I saw that it never worked. And it really troubled me. Why aren't we taught what to do with pain? I knew I was in pain. My mom left, that was sad. My dad became abusive, that was sad. And so when I moved out at 15, I kind of made it my mission to see, was happiness a learnable skill? And so that was always my main goal. It's why I wrote songs like Who'll Save Your Soul or Hands. And about 22 years ago, I wanted to see if some of the tools I developed would work for other people, especially like me, that didn't have access to family systems or traditional support systems like therapy. Not everybody has access. And so we started a youth foundation. Our focus was mental health in the 90s, which wasn't a word, by the way, in the 90s. It's so amazing. My son is 12, and he's like, "You triggered?" I'm like, "How do you know the word triggered?" I didn't know the word what? Like, it's impressive. It's a new generation. I'm here for it. I'm really proud to say we're one of the most successful in the world of helping kids with suicidal ideation. Thank you. And we don't use traditional therapy, we use behavioral tools. And we just launched, we're the first company, I think, to successfully really launch tech to scale mental health tools. It's called Inner World. And so I wrote this song. I took, 7 years maybe, when I became a single mom, just to really be with my son, and then it was finally time to make a record. And I wanted this record to be, for any of you that might really follow me, I have thousands of songs in my back catalog that I've never published or released. So for any album I've ever done, I've actually never had to write it. I just go through my catalog, and I have country songs and pop songs, all kinds of songs, and I just pick the ones I want, and I make a record that way. So I've actually never had to write an album. But for this album, I really wanted it to be who I was now, and it made me so insecure. It was a weird thing to be around long enough to have old ideas of what you sound like, and to know like a chorus should come at 30 seconds in. That's the weirdest, dumbest thought to have. It is not relevant to songwriting, and yet there it was in my brain. And so my son was small, and I was starting my mindfulness company, and I was making this record, and I would just talk to him about it and how my days went, and I'd be like, oh, I don't know. I don't like any of the songs I'm writing. I wrote 200 songs for the last album I did, believe it or not. Just to get ones that really felt authentic and real, and none of them did. They felt proficient and technically good, but just, they didn't speak to my soul. And so I wrote a song, and I was listening to it after I picked my son up from the radio, from the school, and we were listening to it in my car on the radio. And I was just listening to a mix, seeing if I liked it. My son suddenly was like, I don't know why I'm telling this story. I've never told this story. But here we go. We're in storytelling mode. I'm getting all schwitzy. My son's hearing the song, and he goes, Mommy, pull over. He's really upset. And so I pull over, and I'm scared, and I look at him in the rearview mirror. I'm like, what is it? And he goes, the song is playing, and he goes, how could you ever think you weren't good at this? That's when I knew this would be the first song for my new album. I wrote it for the kids in our foundation. Heartbreak is like the weather, and it's been ravaging my soul. But I know it moves on. And storms are followed by the most beautiful blue skies. So I will keep carrying on. They say God only gives you what you're strong enough to handle.
But the will to survive is acknowledging I am alive, so I will keep carrying on. You say love, but love's a mystery, but I still see its shining face. And no more sad songs, just blue skies. And now no more tears to cry. Lord knows you can't lose all of the time, so dry those pretty eyes. Lift that proud face, 'cause I still see a beautiful place. And for you and I, you'll see love is a mystery. I still see its shining face. And no more sad songs, just blue skies. Now no more tears to cry. As long as there's a child's laughter and a starry sky and a beating in my chest, there's a willingness to try. As long as I see poetry and ordinary things, you know I will see love, a shining face, and no more sad songs, just blue skies. There are no more tears, sweetheart, no more tears. There are no more tears. To cry. Cut through the darkest night, running to headlights. I'm trying to keep it clear, but I'm losing it here. To the twilight, there's a dead end to my left, there's a burning bush to my right. You aren't inside. You aren't inside. Do you want me? Like I want you, or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery time by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Was that you? between fat and flat is the blind man's side, and a choice that's right. Roll window down, feel like I'm gonna drown in this strange town. I feel so broken down, broken down. Do need me like I need you, or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery flying by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Was that you passing me by? Sweet sorrow, we said, call tomorrow. Sweet sorrow, we said, call tomorrow. Do you love me? Like I love you, or am I standing still beneath the darkened sky? Or am I standing still with the scenery flying by? Or am I standing still out of the corner of my eye? Oh, is that you passing me by? Or am I standing still?
What else? What else can I sing for you guys? It's actually really hard to hear. It just sounds like a lot of yelling. It's like being on The Price is Right. It's kind of cool.
Master of Puppets!
I hope you guys packed a lunch. Jeez. We're gonna be here a while. Okay. I just wrote a song. And I've not sung it. And as I'm thinking about this, it's a pretty bad idea. I don't know if I'll remember it.
The faucet's leaking, the baby won't stop.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Syncing feelings. Okay, I think I got it.
The faucet's leaking and the baby won't stop. The sinking feelings, the highs that you got. You think of that man and his delicious afterglow, but you put it out of your mind. That belonged to another time, though. Emotional limbo, how low can you go? You pick up the baby cause someone just gotta, you know you just gotta, you know you just gotta go on with the show. So hard to carry on, cause you're a single other half don't pay rent, and landlords don't take almost there. You write your daughter a love note, put it in your lunchbox. Say you'll be home after school. And remember not to answer when someone knocks so hard. To carry on, carry on. 'Cause you're a single, you're a single, you're a single mom. Sally's drinking wine by 5 just to stay alive. And Eloise is smoking weed just to keep from crying. His father's leaking not enough hours in the day. And why the hell are women still fighting for equal pay? You turn on the news, president says, well, single parents are the backbone of this country. You don't need no compliment, just a job that pays more money. Till then, you'll carry on, carry on. 'Cause you're a single, you're a single, yeah. You carry on, you carry on. 'Cause you're a single, you're a single. I heard somebody request this, so I'll do it. Let the phone ring. Let's go back to sleep. Something about the door. There's just something outside the door. You're the only one that I wanna see. There we go. Tell your boss you're sick. Get back in bed, I'm getting cold. Get over here and warm my hands up, boy. It's you they love to hold. Stop thinking about what your sister said. Stop worrying about it. Yes, the cat's already been fed. Come on, darling, let's go back to bed. Put the phone machine on. Hold it. Leave the dishes in the sink. Oh, do not answer that door. The apartment's wide. I'm gonna give you some more. We'll sit on the front porch. The sun can warm my feet. You drink your coffee with sugar and cream. I'll drink my decaf herbal tea. Pretend we're perfect strangers and that we never met. My, you remind me of a man I used to sleep with. That's a face I'll never forget. And you can be Henry Miller and I'll be an Iceland. So this time shells in the sea. Do not answer that door. Be a partner's wife. So I'm gonna give you some more. Let the phone ring. Let's go back to sleep.
I just realized there's giant screens of me up there. It's always unnerving. I mean, my pores have to be inches. Stop. What else? I'm in an adventurous mood tonight. Wow, last chance radio. Not a chance, I apologize. I haven't done that in so long. I'm glad that one's recorded. What else can I not sing for you? I heard somebody sing Near You Always. Did somebody sing Near You Always? I will try. Ooh, she took her coat off. All right, let's try this.
Please don't say I love you, 'cause those words touch me much too deeply and they make my core tremble. Don't think you'll realize the effect you have over me. Please don't come so close, 'cause it makes me wanna make you near me always. And please don't look at me like that. Makes every other embrace seem pale and shallow. And please don't touch me like that. Makes every other embrace seem pale and shallow. Please don't come so close, 'cause it makes me wanna make you near me always. Please don't bring me flowers. They only whisper sweet things you say. And don't try to understand me. Your hands already know too much anyway. It makes me wanna make you near me And when you look in my eyes, please know my heart is in your hands, and it's nothing that I understand. But when in your arms, you have complete power over me. So be gentle if you please, 'cause your hands are in my hair. But My heart is in your teeth, baby. Makes me wanna make you near me. Oh, baby. Your hands in my hair. My heart is in your teeth, baby. It makes me wanna make you near me. Makes me wanna make you near me. Telling you everything is gonna be so don't you I'm your angel
It's on this album called Freewheeling Woman. See if I can do it. I usually play with a band, but we're gonna try this.
You say that you love me only. You say without me that you're lonely. All the time, time, time. All the time, time, time. You say, baby, never doubt me. You say without me that you're something. Where you lying, where you lying, 'cause you come home, say how time flies, it. It's on you, you. It's on you, you. I won't stop loving me just because you stopped loving me with your goodbye, goodbye, then in my river mirror. Goodbye, goodbye, don't wish you were here. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Can't take it back because you done it. You can't come home and say you want it. There's no returns, she's yours, you bought it. I thank God you're gone. I can't take it back because you done it. You can't come home and say you want it. There's no returns, she's yours, you bought it. I thank God you're gone. I got it with you. Goodbye, goodbye, then in my rearview mirror. Goodbye, goodbye, don't wish you were here. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. I've never seen you clearer. Goodbye, goodbye, then in my rearview mirror. Goodbye, goodbye, I don't wish you were here. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
I grew up really loving Cole Porter. He was a Tin Pan Alley songwriter. My favorite singer was Ella Fitzgerald, and she did the Cole Porter songbook, and it's just an amazing record. I loved Cole Porter because he wrote the lyrics and the music, and he was clever. He really never pulled a punch. He was a very clever lyricist. And he wrote music that made you happy. And so I was going through a very difficult time in my life, and I wanted to make a record that was smart, but danceable. It's very, very hard to write a pop song. And they're mostly about love. Like, you should go through the history books and see how many pop hits weren't about love. So I gave myself a challenge of writing a pop song that was not about love. And this is what I came up with.
La-di-da-da, la-di-da-da, la-di-da-da. I'm just a simple girl in this high-tech digital world, and I really try to understand all the powers that rule this land. They say Kim K's big booty is boss. Does that mean that I can't find a job? 'Cause in a world of postmodern fad, what was good now is bad. It's not hard to understand. Just follow this simple plan. Follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Let go of your mind. Your intuition is easy to find. Just follow your heart, baby. La-di-da-da, 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 la-da-da. You look at me, but you're not quite sure. Am I it, or could another songwriter give you more? You look cool from magazines, and we're still learning love from Charlie Sheen. But if you are me, just let me know. I promise I will not say no. Oh, follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Let go of your mind, your intuition. It's easy to find. Just follow your heart. something that you want to sell. Sell yourself, just cash in. You got something that you want to tell. It's that you love me if you wait and see. But if you want me, boy, you don't gotta play games. I promise won't be in vain. Follow your heart, your intuition. It will lead you in the right direction. Let go of your mind, your intuition. It's easy to find it, just follow your heart, baby.
That song, Intuition, was at a really critical time in my life. I have a book out, it's called Never Broken, and it explains best what was going on in my life. My mom was my manager, and while I was making this album, in the 90s it just wasn't okay for a credible. First of all, very hard to be a female singer-songwriter. Like, I can't tell you how many times I would be in a press circle and I had a song out called Who Will Save Your Soul, and they would ask the other male songwriters about their lyrics. And they'd go, Jewel, what's your favorite nail color? And you're like, what? And so being a credible singer-songwriter and then making a pop album, I knew would be very unpopular, but it was what I wanted to do. And during the making that album, I realized that everything was gone. Everything I had built was gone, and my mom wasn't who I thought she was. And it was really tough, very tough thing to realize. And so I had a decision of going ahead and making that album or doing something that I knew was safer. And I chose to make the album because I'm ornery. And thank God it was a successful album. And I was about to do a big tour and I really needed the money, but I decided not to do the tour. Because I made myself this promise when I was 18. I almost didn't sign my record contract when I got discovered, even though I was a homeless kid. It's because, again, I knew that statistically you take somebody with my emotional background and God forbid I get famous, that's every movie you've seen about every musician. And I didn't want to be a statistic. So I made myself this promise that happiness would be my #1 job, music would be #2. And under that I wanted to be an artist more than I wanted to be famous. And so here I was at this crossroads in my life. Thankfully, Intuition was a hit. And I was about to go do a huge tour and I canceled it because I just couldn't. My mental health was too fragile. And so I chose my mental health over the money. And in the press, and it wasn't my first time, I actually did this after Hands, believe it or not. After my second album, I took 2 years off. This is a really, I know everybody, I'm so lucky to have this job. And so many musicians kill themselves. That's not acceptable. We're not doing this in a very humane way. And I wanted to live so badly. And so I always chose my mental health before that was even a word. And the press was so cruel about it. She's washed up, she has been, it was a mistake to make a pop record. Bitch, that was a hit. Mistake my ass. You know how hard that shit was? Please. Oh my gosh. So it took me a while. It took me a while to heal. Whew. And I finally wrote a song about it. This is the closest that I could come to sharing what I went through at that time in my life, and here it is.
scattered along the highway. Hotel rooms and headlights made a living with the song. And the guitar is my companion, wanting desperately to belong. Fame is filled with spoiled children, and we grow fat selling fantasies. And I guess that's why I'm leaving. I crave reality. So goodbye, Alice in Wonderland. Goodbye on a brick road. There is a difference between dreaming and pretending. And these are not tears in my eyes. They are only a reflection of my lonely mind wishing for what's been missing in my life. And I'm embarrassed to say the rest is a rock and roll cliche, 'cause I hit the bottom when I reached the top. I never knew it was you who was breaking my heart. I thought you had to love me, but you did not. Yes, a heart can hallucinate if it's completely starved for love. Can even turn monsters into angels from above. You forged my love just like a web. You turned it against me like a knife, and you broke my last heartstring. But you opened up my eyes. So goodbye, Alice in Wonderland. Goodbye on a brick road. There is a difference between dreaming and pretending, and these are not tears in my eyes. It was only a reflection of my lonely mind wanting what's been missing in my life. Well, dreaming is a good thing, there's a new things to lie, but pretending is an ending that perpetuates a lie. Forgetting what you are, seeing for what you've been told. And dreaming is a good thing 'cause it brings new things to life, but pretending is an ending that perpetuates a lie. Forgetting what you are, seeing for what you've been sold. Truth is stranger than fiction, but this is my chance to get it right. And life is so much better without all of your pretty lies. So good. my eyes. They are only a reflection of my lonely mind finding. They are only a reflection of my lonely mind finding. I found what's missing in my
It's okay. It's okay. I can't see, actually. I've been staring at the spotlight, so I can't see your hand at all. It's just like a blank spot. Am I okay to go over? Okay, yes. Thank you. All right, let's do something sad now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sad as we're gonna do. I heard somebody say I'm sensitive. Let's do that. I don't know if I know it, but that hasn't stopped me all night. I'm on a little bit of a tear tonight, I have to tell you. Intellectually capable. And the journalist said, let me get this right. You don't think Joni Mitchell is intellectually capable?
Wow.
And he said, well, you try like sitting down and having a conversation with Janis Joplin.
She's dead.
It's shocking. So frustrating. I never go off on a tangent like this, but coming up in the 90s, it was such a hard, it's always hard. The women that did it in the 60s all paved the way. But it was really a crazy thing to live through, and you ran into it all the time. I remember I was at a radio station in South Carolina. I was talking to Edwin about this backstage. And I come in, I'm unknown, and we go live on air, and the guy's like, hi, welcome back to KYZYX. You might have heard me describe my next guest as a large-breasted woman from Alaska, Jewel. How are you? I was like, oh, you must be that small penis man I've heard so much about from South Carolina. I mean, I grew up in bars, like, I was like, all right, you wanna go, let's go. He kicked me out of the radio station. I was escorted out, like we went off air and I remember a DJ once said, Jewel, with those fucked up teeth, how do you give a blowjob? Live on the radio! He didn't say the F word, but he said everything else. And I was like, you know what? I can fix my teeth, you're never gonna fix being stupid. I got escorted out of the radio station. I was kicked out of more radio stations than any punk rock band in the history of punk rock. When I was making my first album, I had an incredible band I was borrowing. And one of them just said the meanest thing to me. It was so mean. It hurt my feelings so bad. It made me feel so stupid and insufficient and idiotic. It was so hard to recover from. And it was my first album, and I wasn't a great guitar player, and it was new for me. But god dang, he was mean. He really went after me. So I went back to my room, and I was like, you have a choice to make. You can be cynical, but there's no true cynic alive. They've all killed themselves. Any person who's alive and saying they're a cynic is just afraid to admit they have a dream, and that's a coward in my book. And so I wrote this song because being sensitive in a very difficult world, seeing what I've seen and knowing what I've known, and choosing to be sensitive, to me, is an act of power, and that's why I wrote this song.
You always tell me that it's impossible to be respected and be a girl. But why's it always gotta be so complicated? Why you gotta tell me if I'm hated? Oh, please be careful with me. I'm sensitive and I'd like to stay that way. If we robbed the cynics and took all their food, that way what they believe will have taken place, and we could give it to everybody that isn't faithful. Please be careful with me. I'm sensitive and I'd like to stay that way. I have this theory that if we're told we're bad, then that's the only idea we'll ever have. But maybe if we are surrounded in beauty, one day we will become what we see. 'Cause anyone can start a conflict. It's harder yet to disregard it. I'd rather see the world from another angle. We are everyday angels. Be careful with me, 'cause I'd like to stay that way. Thanks. So that song was right, I don't know what the sequencing was, but it was on the same album as a song called Pieces of You. That song, I mean, I can't tell you how many people walked out of the room while I sang it. It was just because they weren't paying attention. Someone told me recently that if I had written that song today, I'd be canceled. And I love a challenge. So it made me want to try and write a song just to see if I could get canceled. And then it got me thinking about it, like in a mathematical sense, like if I had equal insult in a complete 360-degree angle, that the canceling would cancel each other out. And so my goal was to insult every single group of society so equally that you would have to like it to prove you're not the person I'm insulting. So this is a brand new song. It's a social experiment. I apologize if there's children here. This started with me walking with my niece through a park, and two guys were playing frisbee, and one guy called the other. He missed it. He's like, "You P word." He called him a P word. And I was like, "Isn't that weird? Like, here's my little 7-year-old niece, and this guy's calling another guy her genitalia." So this is where the song starts. This is so bad, but here we go. Pussy ain't weak. Can you handle that? So stop calling him a pussy like that. I don't need young girls to think that even our sex organs are weak. So stop calling him a pussy. And while I'm at it, you can stop saying faggot. It's time, we really have had it. It takes courage to be alive and be who you are without apologizing. So let's stop talking men, saying how you hate sexism. I got a boy, he don't need to hear that. You think all men are creepy and bad, so let's stop generalizing. All you hipsters in your cafe saying, why is everybody picking on me? You talk about love and liberty, then say, fuck that redneck from Tennessee. Well, let's stop hating rednecks. 'Cause that's just the trouble, don't you see? That's just the trouble, hypocrisy. I hate you and you hate me. It's a circle jerk of bigotry. We're all so stuck on our individuality, we forgot our commonality. Black men don't eat babies, and drag queens don't bite, and Muslims just want someone to hold at night. We all love our children, so let's show them why we must start hating.
I have 4 minutes to sing 3 songs. How bad is it if I go over? You'll check. All right. We're just gonna see. You guys have to promise to go gamble. It's probably what this is gonna come down to. It's gonna take a solemn vow from all y'all to go gamble. We'll start with this one.
Hear the clock, 6 a.m. Feel so far from where I've been. I got my eggs and my pancakes too. Got the maple syrup, everything but you.
I'm singing it fast. I'm like so nervous they're gonna get mad at me.
I break the yolk and make a smiley face. Kinda like it in my brand new place. I wipe the spots of other men. Don't leave the keys in the door, and I never put wet towels. The flooring in more cars. Dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. I called my mom and she was out for a walk. Consoled a cup of coffee, but it didn't wanna talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news. My heart's being broken, my people being used, but I'm not good in the heartbreak. Saw a movie, it just wasn't the same. 'Cause it was happy, I was sad, and it made me miss you. Oh, so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me. I was meant for you. I go about my business, doing just fine besides. What would I say if I had a whole time? Same old story, not much else to say. Hearts are broken every day. I brush my teeth and put the cap back on. I know you hate it, and I leave the light sheets down, take a deep breath. Could look around, but I'm a PJs and happen to that I have a life that I feel mostly dead. Try and tell myself it'll be alright, just to think anymore tonight. Sing it with me. Dreams last for so long. It's beautiful. You love me and soon you will see. You were meant for me. And I was there for you. Yeah, you were meant for me. And I was there for you. I'm still mad at that Rolling Stone guy. Very few people have ever been on the cover of Rolling Stone 3 times. It's very rare. And, God, what year was it? I was offered a 3rd Rolling Stone cover. It's a pretty big deal. We'd have to Google this, but I don't know if a woman's been on the cover 3 times. Probably, right? Probably. I don't know, but it's rare. And so, they said that I could be on the cover if I was naked. Isn't that amazing? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had just written Goodbye Alice in Wonderland. That's not a dumb song, y'all. So I didn't do it. And my label was like, Jewel, you'll be one of the few people in history to be on the cover of Rolling Stone. We could do it tasteful like Janet Jackson. Do you remember that when she had like her boobs covered by some guy's hands behind her? I was like, I think I'd rather not. So that's how I turned down the 3rd cover of Rolling Stone. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Oh. Pisses me off. People living their lives for you on TV. They say they're better than you. And you agree. She says, hold my calls from behind those cold brick walls. Says, come here, boy. There's nothing for free. Another burger, another hot dog, some fries. You should know where I hope your health don't go to hell. Well, another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute, cheap thrill. You know you love them if you put them in your will. Who will save your soul when it comes to the flowers? Oh yeah, you will save your soul after all those lies you told, boy. Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? We'd ride a hustling rider, bustling rider, cussing in the cops' home. Someone to bust down on Orleans Avenue. Oh, another day, another war, another cowboy night where the homeless had their homes. So we pray to his man and different gods as there are flowers. But we call religion our friend, we are so old. Worried about saving our souls, afraid that God will take his toll, that we forget to begin. But we save your soul when it comes to the babies. Boy, oh, Some stock in the kill, you got so-called social security, but that don't pay your bills, 'cause there's addictions to feed and there are mouths to pay. So bargain with the devil, say you're okay today. Say that you love them, take their money and run. Say it's been so sweetheart, but it was just one of those things. Those strings, 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 those things, you gotta cut the rest of it down, bust all your butts. We'll save your soul when it comes to the memories. We'll save your soul after all of those lies that you told. We'll save, save your soul, and you won't see your I think that encores are strange. Like I would literally walk right over there and I'd be hiding behind that curtain. And I'd be like, and I'd know I'm gonna come back out. And you guys would be like, we know she's standing right there. She's gonna come right back out. How long will she make us wait? It's the dumbest game in history. I feel like an idiot every time I do it. I'm like, stupid. And it's not like my shoes are the most comfortable. It's not like I want to walk across the stage, walk back across the stage. So we're not going to do it tonight. This is my encore right now. I want to thank all of you for spending your money and coming to see me and Edwin and everybody tonight. My great goal of learning how to be happy and getting to be an artist came true. And it's because you guys keep coming to see me. And you let me be exactly who I am. And I thank you for that. So for my last song, I wanted to do something. Is it? I think this is the very first song I ever learned. I learned this when I was 5. My dad yodels, and I was fascinated. And so, yeah, this was my very first song. Up on a mountain, so gay and so free, there is a young man and he's waiting there for me. And out on the lake we'll drift with the tide and hear those chime bells ring. Chime bells are ringing, you're late. sing.